Okay, I got a request to do a close-up of some of the figures that I just finished basing. Somebody wanted a little closer look at them. So these are the ones that we just featured in the how to finish your bases video. These are gripping beast Saracens, and as you can see, I really like the effect of the basing that we just did. These are plastic. And they also were my first attempt at using the new Little Big Man shield transfers, which I was quite happy with. So you have a painted shield here, and then the Little Big Man transfer here. Really nice figures. The shield transfers look great. The plastic figures from Gripping Beast, highly recommend. Lots of exciting poses. Only difficulty I ran into was positioning the shields. Gets a little bit tricky. Like on this pose here, the gentleman with the mace, you can see it's very difficult to get the shield in the right position. It kind of crowds the horse. But other than that, I didn't have too much trouble with the assembly. More of those transfers. That's a homemade flag that I put in to the hands of one of the figures so that I could create a kind of a command stand for my Jav Cav. And these are going to be used as supplements to my crusade battles for generic Saracen Jav Cav, as well as cavalry for my Almoravid and Illusion armies for fighting in the Spanish Peninsula during the Crusades. So those are the Gripping Beast plastics, and then I'll pull the Persians up here and give you a closer look at those as well. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the Persians. So we finished the basing. As you can see, it's a pretty nice effect. This is slightly different than the Crusader Saracens that I just did, because I went to match my Greek basing. I went with that sepia wash. Put in a few green tufts. These are the Vendel Persians. They mix well with Gripping Beast figures, but as far as the Persian line goes, I don't know of a more complete line of Persians. So that was the horsebow. These are the Immortals. These are the later period Immortals. They also have some earlier period Immortals with the long flowing robes, but these are the ones with Median pants. And I used the figure 8 style shields to designate that they were the Immortal unit. It helps identify them quicker around the battlefield, but they're also the ones that are armored, with the armored archers and the armored spearmen. Once again, Vendel figures, they're gorgeous, they're lead, they're nice and chunky. These figures were painted by my good friend Mr. Glenn Cooley on a commission, and he did a great job creating the fanciful and fantastic colors of the Persian army. Some archers. This is a stand of Saka archers for Triumph, of course. And then, you know, the classic Sparabara, which is, these are mounted as pavis for Triumph. So you have the shield line up front, thin line of spearmen, backed by mass archers. This is actually one of my favorite color schemes for the generic Persians. This just kind of a muted yellow with the fancy decoration on the pants. I think that Glenn did a really great job bringing out the colors. The mounted are gorgeous too. The Jav Cav. So this is right off of your favorite Osprey drawing for the Persian commander here. So mounted Jav Cav with some heavily armored, well, frontally armored horses. That is a homemade banner that I did myself because I didn't have a suitable banner. And then, you know, just some Jav Cav, very typical of the Persian army, both early Achaemenid and later Achaemenid. So I really can't wait to get this army on the table and have it face off against my classical hoplite Greek army, which I hope to do soon, at least in a 48-point battle. And then this is part of what's going to be a much larger force for my desire to do Marathon and Plataea as some large convention battles. So here's the Immortals in a blue and purple scheme, another unit of Immortals. Once again, this is one of the most complete Persian lines that I can think of out there. So if you're looking to collect Persians and you want to be able to cover all the different aspects of the Persian army, from the Egyptian and classical Indian hordes all the way to the elite Persian mounted, you won't find a much more complete line covering that wide range of figures. So once again, highly recommended. Vendel figures, gorgeous. Can't wait to get them on the table. So Spencer, that was for you because you requested it. So I hope that you got a good look at the figures, and we'll do some more videos, maybe even some more videos on painting and the hobby in general. But I'm hoping that that was a useful video on the basing technique, and also get a chance to show off some really pretty figures. Thanks again for watching. My name is Rod Kane. These figures are based for the game Triumph.